Hello, everybody. Welcome to Echo Underground. I'm Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about movies, TV shows, and music, and any other interesting topics. See, I remember. I
Good
remember
for
the
you.
second part. And on this episode, we're going to talk about the new album by SZA called Control. And that's CTRL, not
hmm
spelled out. All right, so I'm going to give my rating for this, and I'm going to give it a solid B. Plus. It was almost an A. It's like it was almost there, but I had to give it a B plus. It's very creative. Like every beat to every song sounded different. I don't know if she sampled a lot or did she make it herself. Whoever produced this album, good shit. Um, she has amazing vocals, and a lot of her songs are catchy. And she reminds me of like a younger Erica Badu, which is what I didn't think of when I was first starting to listen to her. So I gotta give it a B plus because I really enjoyed it, but there were certain I didn't enjoy every song as much as I did some of it. 90% of this album I love, and then there's like a couple few I'm like, it's okay, not bad. I don't think she has a bad record, but it's just okay. What about you? What would you give this album?
I'm giving it an A because unlike you, I'm back to your Erica Badu point. I was actually catching a lot of Solange from listening to her for some reason. Like I don't know. When you say Erica Badu, I do agree with that though. Like yeah, that's pretty true. But I also caught a lot of Solange in her voice. And I'm gonna give it an A only because like I went through the album twice to prepare myself for this review, and I liked everything again. And like the and my usually sometimes when I go through an album twice, I start to realize I like songs more than I liked them before. Nope, everything kind of like held its place and like held its consistency with how much I liked it. So that's pretty good. The album's not bad at all. And this is this her first album, by the way?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm not really too caught up on her, so like this is an interesting introduction to her, which I really like, and it was a good first impression. I'll give her that much.
Okay, so let's start with our top three, I guess. So my number three is definitely gonna be Doves in the Wind featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Okay,
Now, funny thing, this song is basically about the power of pussy. So I wrote a comment. I was like, take a drink every time they say the word pussy, and you'll die, but you'll
oh yeah,
enjoy the song.
that's suicide.
Basically, I was like, yo, you would get drunk off of this. I love the beat about it. I liked that they used a sample of Redman from the Dirty remix with Christina.
Okay, yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
used that. I liked I did like the line by Kendrick where he said dick is disposable, and I was like, I don't know if that's true for a guy response, but I thought it was really for this context of the song it was a really good line.
I could
And
honestly talk. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think honestly I loved how they both sounded on the track. I think he enhanced it. It still would have been a good track without him, but when
hmm
he came on, I wasn't like disappointed because sometimes when rappers come on R&B songs, they bring it down sometimes, and that's how I've been seeing the trend on like the other albums we listen to. But this one, pretty good. What was the point you about to talk about?
I was actually going to agree with you because like how see, and it doesn't make sense for me to talk about it now. But like, I also agree with everything pretty much you said because I like this song a whole lot too. Kendrick and remind me of what was it Element? Something about like a sexy like trying to look sexy doing it. He kind of had
Yeah,
that repetition in his song that he had in this song as well about the pussy. You know, like you know what this was kind of remind me of a little bit. And I
yeah,
think both of them actually
and
work
it's
really well
weird.
together.
They said the word pussy like in three like different ways, depending
Yeah,
on what part they were like, depending on what part of the
yeah,
song you're in. So they were
yeah.
even more creative on how you like pronounce the word. So I thought it was like really fun.
Really
What is your
interesting how
number
like,
three?
so much variety.
Hey, what? Repeat what
Nothing.
you
Well,
just
moving
said.
on.
No, no. What did you say?
I
You
was,
talking shit over there.
really no, I wasn't talking shit. I was just saying it's really interesting how the song made pussy have so much variety. She
I
wasn't
got
talking shit about you.
it was
She
like
was
pussy and then pussy.
they hit a lot of cadences with just one word.
I know, and like even Kendrick's like robotic tone was like pussy. Like it was so weird when he started his verse. It was like a sing song. It was a
You,
sing song, and
but like this is tentacles. technical difficulty warehouse right now.
Yeah, you're
I'm
gonna
just,
have to forgive us. We're recording through Skype, so
I'm,
things might
I'm,
not
I'm
be
using
as clear.
a potato to record right now, guys. Give me a second. Even have this one up yours, but like this one is very interesting to me. I like The Weekend. Like a lot of it sounded like a diary. Was interesting. If you listen to the lyrics clearly, you can realize some weird shit's going on. It's pretty much saying, "I'll have the man on the weekend while you have the 9 to 5 throughout the week." And when I first heard that, I had to pull my head back a little. Like, what did I walk into?
Yeah, but
I like the song.
it's kind of weird because she also says like as part of like the chorus, she said keep him satisfied through the weekend. So
Mhm.
I guess she's like doing all the work on the weekend. I guess
I
I don't know
guess.
because
I
I
don't know
thought
if
she was
she's
just talking about
sidekick.
herself and her man.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out if she was like the side chick or not or nothing. But like, it was an interesting song to say the least. And I like them really mostly for that. Like, it sounded good. Don't get me wrong. But like the lyrics right there drew me in so much. Like that was actual like story going on. And I was like, oh, this is an interesting look into her life because I don't know if this is like a real thing or if it's just made for the song. Like if it is, because it sounds like the whole album is kind of based on her, love life and career life. That I was kind of like, this might have been something you're drawing experience from, which kind of makes it a little deeper than I'm giving it credit for. But yeah, that's my number three, man.
And funny enough, I'm gonna talk about the weekend now because it's actually part of my honorable mentions,
Okay.
and I thought it was so catchy. And I loved her vocals. I think I said that on like every song. I was like, yo,
I
the
agree.
vocals on point though. And so my number two, which I didn't realize I had like more than one option for number two, but I'm gonna go with Normal Girl, which is towards the end of the album.
Okay.
And it's basically about talking about saying that she's never gonna be a normal girl, even though she wish she was.
Hmm.
And she's talking about potentially being wifey material as well. So I thought like it was an interesting topic and it was still catchy and she sounded amazing on the record. So I actually had to go. And another reason I put it as number two because the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It was a very punchy beat to it too. 'Cause like I think it's the one that like banked a lot on like booming sounds or something like that. And her voice sounds. I can't if I no matter what song on this album I talk about, I'm gonna say her voice sounds good.
Yeah.
Which I my exposure to her isn't very wide, so it's like it's very nice that I'm hearing this kind of different sounds working with her voice so well. And it's definitely one of the ones where I found it was like the most unique on the album. Definitely for this Normal Girl. It's a good pick for number two, actually. Very honorable mention worthy for me now that I already have my top three picked out. But yeah, I agree.
Okay. What's your number two?
My number two is actually your number three. That's why I wanted to talk about it so much. I like Dubs in the Wind was pretty cool, and I was like, yeah, this is I can see this one, being up there because like I think the synergy with them both. I'm not even going to like bank it on Kendrick Lamar himself. I think just the synergy with them both on the same track has like made them sound that damn good.
Yeah. It's surprising because like I was like, how is he gonna actually like get into this? And when he did, it worked.
Yeah, one thing about him is he's adaptable. So I'm like, it just lends itself a lot. Like this wasn't a very feature heavy album. I think only two were on this album. Kendrick and like one other.
Well,
Sorry, it's three. I know
there's
Travis Scott was
Travis.
also there, and I did one of the last song I think
Oh yeah,
Isaiah or
there's
something.
only three. Yeah, it's mostly her.
Right. So like, you know what? This is pretty good showing of how she can actually work with somebody else and like carry herself as well. So I think this is a good song in that sense.
All right, so my number one, drum
You might,
roll,
you might have some.
is Broken Clocks.
Oh, interesting. Okay, good pick. Good pick. Good pick.
It was first of all, I think it had the best beat on the album.
Okay.
And like as I was listening to it, I like wrote in my notes, I'm like, I'm feeling it. Like I was just bopping my head to it. It caught me by surprise. Her voice was amazing. And you could dance to it. It's I think you could dance to almost every song, but something about this song really caught my attention. And it was probably, in my opinion, the most memorable for me. But there's not a bad track on this, so I'm not gonna do the worst song because I don't think there is one.
I agree.
So what is your number one? I want to guess yours, but I think I'm gonna get it wrong.
It's no, you might actually get it right because it's
I
pretty
know
much
you
everyone.
pretty well. Is it
Yeah,
Love Galore?
it is Love Good. And it's ironic. Here's how ironic it is because like last couple of times we talked about Travis Scott. we didn't have too many good things to say about him. 'Cause I know we talked about him on the DJ Khaled album,
Yeah.
and like we were like tired of him on that one. And and this one, I'm like, I need to go through this one the most right now. Yeah, this is the one for me. I don't know like why this one hit me so much. Like there's some,
Little
yeah,
vocals.
yeah, it was cool. 'Cause I'm like, yo, dude, you might have been out of your element this whole time and finally found what you should have been doing in the first place. But then again, that's just me. That's my opinion. But I feel like they also both had really good. Like I'm a sucker for good synergy on this album, and especially in small doses. Because there's only three places you can find it, and all three places it works really, really well. Like she's very R&B, centric, and
She's
Travis
like,
Scott toned down a lot.
yeah, she's R&B with pop influence though. So she's more contemporary R&B, but it works. Like I have
Yeah, I
no
can see that.
problem with contemporary R&B. That's kind of like a good example of contemporary R&B would be like Beyonce's Four album. Like if you
Hmm.
listen to Four by Beyonce, all the songs would
I
be more on that range. Not
mm.
her album with Partition in it. No, that's straight up like hip hop and
Yeah,
R&B.
it's hitting you in the face, right?
Yeah, but Four is a good example of a contemporary R&B album. And I agree, Love Galore was like a really good track. The only thing is like I felt he wasn't needed on the track, but I wasn't mad that he was there. You know what I mean? Like if they took him out, I would have been fine.
I feel like I could say that about all her songs. Like even though with Kendrick on it, she can carry her own song by itself. I
Yeah,
just like seeing even though people can do something by themselves that they choose not to and just show that they can't work with somebody else. I'm a sucker for collaborations. I like seeing like two different worlds work together. And this one, I think one of the shockers was like I said before, just seeing Travis, tone himself down a little bit to go into a genre I don't really see him in too much. Like I know he's been in this genre here and there, but like I don't really keep up with him too much. I'm only familiar with him on like the DJ Khaled stuff and some other like hip hop
don't
stuff.
you open up that window.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like,
Yep, his antidote song. Yep.
that's not this album right here. So I'm like, this is an interesting place for you to actually fit in so freaking well.
Yeah.
And I know I've been talking about him the most about this song. You know, she also did really damn well on this song.
Yeah.
Like I love hearing her voice now. So I'm kind of a sucker for it.
Okay, so let's backtrack. Supermodel. Now, here's the thing. I didn't particularly love this song,
Really?
but I heard it again today because I was trying to like listen to snippets so I remember how each song sound because I went
Mm-hmm.
through it quick like yesterday and then I passed out, audience. I definitely passed out yesterday. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, no comments. I didn't like the beat, and that's one of the things. Like honestly, I think oddly enough, there was parts. Is this the part where like part of the song was a cappella? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I didn't like the beat with her voice. I felt if it was a different beat, I would have liked it because I heard like the beat was weird. It was like too many things going on at once that I couldn't really enjoy it. But again, like I said, every song I wrote that voice though. Like her
Yeah.
voice was amazing. It's jazzy, and that's the best way to say it. Like it's an
Good
R&B
call.
voice, but it has a hint of like jazz. So she's really good in that sense. Supermodel, like I listened to it again today, and it was really good. It was really good. I like it
Oh,
more, but it took me a while to get to the point where I like it as much as I do now. And this was like my fourth listen, I think, to that song.
I might have had the opposite effect. Like I got sucker punched hard with this song when it first came on because one, you know me, I'm a sucker for good intros. However, I don't think this is like on the level of like other intros that we've heard so far on other albums. I don't think it's on like their level of like, here's the first impression and what this is the tone I'm going to set for the rest of the album. I just kind of felt like it was a good one because I didn't really know her so well. So I was like, I have no idea what you really sound like other than from when I hear you featured on someone else's song. So now I'm hearing you solo. It's kind of like, okay, now I know what I'm getting the feel for it. I don't think it was like mind blowing or nothing like that, but I did think it was a good intro for me. I did like it because I was like, I got an idea of her voice in this new like jazzy R&B contemporary area that she's in right now, and I was like, okay, if this is what the rest of the album sounds like, I can dig it. And thank the Lord, that's what the rest of the album sounded like. I don't really have a problem with the beat like you mentioned, but I don't know. there's something about I can't really pinpoint what the weird gray area that I'm having a problem with for why I don't like the intro, the first song as much as I did like everybody else's. And if anybody knows the show, I'm kind of a sucker for the first and last song on albums. Like this one's good, but not as good as like everybody else. So it's only not as good by comparison. It's really good, but if I wasn't like looking at anybody else, I'd say it's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
like it's pretty good.
Man, it's funny. I think our like when we do our like end of the year like best album, we're gonna have a
Hmm.
hard time. We're gonna have a hard time.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
we've been having some good picks, man. So I don't blame it at all.
yeah. Okay. So let's do next song. What's going on over there?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm sorry for the background noise. I'm gonna try to like edit that out so you guys get a better sound. Uh, Next song I want to say Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
So again, I like the beat, and the beat was like I don't know who produced the beats on this whole album, but good job because
Mm.
everything sounded so unique. It wasn't like a typical like beatbox, typical hip hop or R&B beat. It was like very different. Good harmonies. I don't get the title. Maybe you got from the lyrics why it's called Drew Barrymore, but okay. And I loved again. It was catchy, and I loved her vocals. What about you?
I'm really strong on this song as well. Like I feel like outside the top three, every song on this album was an honorable mention for me. And I'm like looking back through it, I'm like, yeah, I could have seen this one being an honorable mention, that one being an honorable mention. I don't know the Drew Barrymore reference. If anybody else knows, then please let me in on it. I'd love to know. Cause I listened to the song multiple times trying to figure that out, so I can have some more to talk about for the song, other than how well how strong her voice was on this one. I don't know. Her voice kind of had like a different strength on this one than it did compared to other ones for some reason for me. Like it stuck out a little bit. But like outside the context of like Drew Barrymore, I really like the song. But I have no idea what Drew Barrymore was there for.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong,
I
Drew Barrymore's cool and all, but I just don't know what the meaning was.
I literally think of the actress, but I don't think I'm thinking of the right thing. Maybe it's like
Yeah,
something I don't know about, but I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. But despite the title, not really understand what it means, I did like the song. I
mm,
understand the song, but I don't get how the song relates to the title. It's kind of weird. I guess another one is Prom.
yeah.
Okay. That came right after Drew Barrymore, and again, I loved her voice. I loved the beat used for the record, and I just thought it was a decent song. Like I just like other songs more on the album, but it was pretty good. What about you? What do you think of Prom?
I thought "Problem" was one of those songs that we talked about in on TLC's album, where like it felt like out of this era a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, if it's that's in a good way because it sounded like it came from like another era of R&B, and that's what I was kind of getting from this. It's also it's weird because I had like a weird combination with her and the whole diary thing. But everything here kind of sound like a teenage girl diary, and that's not in a bad way. Like usually I clown on that, but like her whole love life thing is a lot was this thing was like circling around. Couldn't really find any exact parallels to the word prom or the event of any proms in her life. But the song itself was good, and I have no problem with it whatsoever. Good honorable mention.
Okay. Next song is one that almost like it's a song that I actually loved each time I heard it. Go Gina. Go Gina. I thought of like Gina from like Martin, but
I
that's
was
not.
thinking the same thing. I was waiting for a reference to pop up, and I was like, "There's no Gina reference. How dare you?"
But it's like the chorus is like "Go Gina," and she says it like with her like sultry voice. Again,
Hmm.
creative with the beat. There's like a little bell in the beat that like kept my attention. I kept hearing it. And I looked around the room. I was like, "Where the hell's the bell?" And it was like just part of the beat. But it was too short, and that's why I ranked it lower. Cause I was like really into the song. I was like, it needed, in my opinion, like an extra like 30 seconds or like a minute, up to a minute. I just,
I,
I was into the song, and then it cut off, and I was like, Gina, come back, don't go.
yeah, I did feel a little blue ball by the song as well. Especially I didn't mention it earlier, but the same thing for Supermodel for me. It's also one of the songs that like was strictly an intro to an album. Like I don't know whether like that was a legitimate song because like 2 minutes and change. I was expecting like a full 3 minute to 4 minute song, and I noticed the difference because I wanted more, which is technically a good thing for an artist to do, leave you wanting more. However, I was in the middle of enjoying your shit, so give me some more of it.
Yeah, I don't want
Anyways,
to feel incomplete while listening to a
right,
record.
on my whole meal, man. But yeah, I feel the same way. It was another good song. It was the Gogina was very catchy, and I also agree. Only knock I'll give this song is that there was no Martin reference, but I digress.
Okay, next song we're gonna talk about is Garden, aka
Hmm.
Say It Like That, which I don't
Hmm.
know how it translates, but once again, good vocals. I love the beat. I actually enjoyed that little skit at the end, which a couple of songs had that. They had little skits.
Her mom, that one.
Yeah, I think that was
Mhm.
Garden. I think that was the one on Garden. And
A couple of them had her on it. So yeah, it's probably
yeah,
one of them.
it was pretty funny. That's why I remember it, because this one actually made me laugh.
Hmm.
So I fucks with Garden. What about you? What do you think of Garden?
Um, I know I'm working backwards here, but like I also really like what happened at the end of all these songs. Her mom or grandma. I haven't really pinpointed who it was. I need to do some research into as to who that is talking. But I did like the song at Garden. It's another like middle of the road type tempo for the album, which is pretty good. Like in R&B, you're not gonna get like crazy, high tempo songs anyway. But like we came from Goji, and so the transition was pretty good. And I the song was cool. I have no problem with this one right here. It was also another catchy one that I got stuck in my head for a while because while I listened to the album, I stopped on this song and went to do something, and this song was looping in my head still, and I was like, that's a good sign. It's not looping in my head because it's annoying. It's looping in my head because I want more. So pretty good.
All right. And I agree with everything you said about the song. Next song, Anything. Now, here's another song where I didn't like the beat and the way she was singing. But there was a part of the song where, like, again, I thought the beat was creative. I just didn't like the arrangement of her voice on the beat. So I ranked it a little bit lower. Still a good song, though. And you might disagree with me.
Um,
And
I
but
do disagree.
there's like one thing. There was a part where she took the beat off and sang the little bit a cappella. I actually
Hmm.
really love that part. I'm a sucker for a cappella. And
Yeah.
if anyone knows this group called Little Mix, they did on their last album, not the one they released Glory Days, but the one Get Weird, they had two songs that was straight up a cappella. And I actually loved it. And I like it when they sing it live. So if you can do a cappella, like even Rag and Bone Man did an a cappella song to
That's
really show your voice, I'm always here for it. And you're always going to get a higher grade for that because that means you're not afraid to sing without hope. Because some people are, aka Jeremiah. No, I'm playing. not
shots
hating
fired.
on not hating on Jeremiah fans. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. And what do you
I'm
think
jumping.
about Anything?
Anything is pretty cool to me. It was a bassy song. I was okay with it. I have no real problem with the beat of it. It was another one. I mean, I don't know. I think at this point in the album, I was getting really okay with the consistency of how much I was liking everything. Like,
Yeah.
and this song proved to be just that because I was like, geez, man, I'm waiting to say something bad about this album. I have nothing yet.
How you waiting to hate? I don't want to hate. When I listen
Oh
to music, I don't want to
no,
hate.
right. It's just like I put myself in this weird position where I'm saying so many good things that something bad's about to happen. It's like when too many things go right in your life that you're like, no, something horrible, like a piano is gonna fall on my head when I get out of work today, or some kind of, something cartoonishly horrible about to happen. And then like anything happened, and I'm like, damn, I'm still okay with this album. Good job. Like I think there's only we've covered a lot of really good albums on the show, but there's like a notable handful that like all the way through did us a whole bunch of justice, and I think this is going to be one of them that's up there for me now. Like I have no problem giving the grade I did now because like it's very 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 good. I mean I don't think it's going to be like breaking any record anytime soon, but like because it's just an R&B thing really. But right now I'm okay with it, especially like since we did the TLC one recently. I feel like this is a very good transition from that too. I'm like, okay, maybe R&B here has some hope. Contemporary or not, R&B here has some hope. Anyway, like I said, I got sidetracked. Anything was off song. I have no problem with it.
Okay. I actually want to talk about the interlude, Wavy.
Hmm.
Now it had James. I forgot how to say it. What is it? Flaunt Leroy, I think. If I'm saying his name wrong, sorry. I know he's been on like other records. I wonder when he's coming out with his own. But honestly, I wish it was a real song, but with just
I,
her.
I, really?
Because he had to, I don't know, when he came into the track, he had too much auto tune and it like turned me off from his. I know what his real voice sounds like. So I'm like, you didn't need it. If he took it off, I would have enjoyed him a little bit more. But even if she like won, this is probably like immediately I was like, oh, this is a song. But then I saw it was an interlude, so I knew my
Mhm.
enjoyment was gonna be cut short.
Yeah.
But when she was on there, I was like, yes, I really like it. And then he came on, I was like, all right, you okay, but I don't need you here. He's not bad, but I could live without him not being on this record. But it was
What
a
I got
really
to,
good interlude, though. It was like
yeah.
you know what a good one was. This also like the interludes on Drake's album. All
Hmm.
those were good. It's kind of the
Hmm.
same level as that. Only on this album, the interlude and the songs on the album are just as good as each other. Unlike
Right.
a certain Mr. Aubrey. What do you think? I guess the next song is Pretty Little Birds featuring Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah. The
And
last.
no, second to last.
No, I was gonna say the last feature.
Yeah, the last feature. This is where you can hear how jazzy her voice can be.
I also agree.
I think it's probably because of him too, but you could definitely hear the jazz in her voice. It was a weird like I for some reason I thought this song was freaking weird because I didn't understand the topic fully. But it was still a good song, and again, probably one of the most creative beats to the point I had to like pause and be like, "How the hell did you even create it?" Number
Right.
one, there's a lot of
Right.
things going on, but it worked. And maybe because I was like didn't fully understand the song, I didn't rank it higher, but pretty good. Pretty Little Birds reminds me of Pretty Little Liars, but that's a different trend. This is ten.
Yeah, it's everywhere on this song.
Yeah, it like it had me spinning, and I was like, I don't know which direction I'm going, but it's okay. I like your
Yeah.
voice. That's all that matters.
Right. It's the end result that counts, guys. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Any?
I felt. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, what did you think of the song?
Oh, I feel like I agree with you on the sound of it because I feel like there's like two things going on at the same time. Because I'm also not too very caught up on Isaiah Rashad and his sound, but I was like, it's not even so much the synergy of their voices, more like the synergy of like the type of sound that they both contributed to the song. I don't know how I'm really trying to say this. It's because like she come in here with the jazz, and then like he hit with like a slightly like higher tempo flow on the song, and then the beat is like in a weird middle ground, and I was like, what's there's at least three things happening right now. Like the beat itself already sound like it's split down the middle, and then you got like two different types of like flavors happening on the song right now. Like I got like mixing ice cream type vibes out of this song. I was like, it's two really good things that come together and make another really really good thing. And I'm like, okay, it's another really good one.
Napoleon. Napoleon ice cream.
I'm not big on Napoleon. I don't think strawberries and chocolate. You know what? Then again, it's not the ice cream podcast, guys. On the phone for this trap. No, no tangents for you.
No tangents. No tangents. Okay, so I guess we're gonna do the last song, which is 20 something, which is
Mhm.
basically I don't know if she's actually in her 20s or this is like past tense or present tense.
She is.
Okay, so she's talking about being worried about 20s and kind of also being blessed to be in her 20s as well.
Hmm.
And it's kind of I kind of relate because I'm not worried. I'm okay with getting older. Michael's older than me,
I
but
am old, like by a whole 4 grand whole months. Jeez.
no, no, it says a year. You're a year older than me right now.
Were we both? You know what? We're having some math difficulties over here, guys.
I'm playing. I know it's only 4 months, but if you like subtract our ages, it'll be 1 year. But it's okay. I know it's 4 months.
That's all right. You know what? That's fine.
I know it's only
I
four
mean,
months, but What I'm
Ain't only one person's bones here is cracking real good, but it's all right though.
now you know that's a lie, cause your bones crack too. You're such a liar.
Mhm.
He be cracking up just getting out the bed.
You be sitting down acting like old ladies, like, oh, finally, I get off my feet. You know what, guys? We ain't gonna slide each other the whole time on this podcast. Like, I'm
Yo,
falling
he
for all
trying to
crap today.
shade me.
Ain't nobody. You trying to call me old? We born the same year.
Yeah, but I look younger than you.
Okay, but I feel younger than you.
No, you don't. I know that's a lie. I don't
Oh
feel
yeah.
old. Okay, I just got issues. I don't feel old.
I like how I got fine print in it. I don't feel old. Fine print with some exclamation marks on it. Let's put an asterisk on that and explain it later. But it's all right, guys.
Alright. But yeah,
We ain't
like
gonna slide each other in this podcast.
shade, shade, already shading. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
back to 20 something. Back to SZA.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And like so basically the song's about being grateful for your 20s, but also worrying about like what happens when your 20s ends
Yeah.
or what you're going to actually do in your 20s. And so I sort of could relate to that song, but I wouldn't have closed it with this. I would have closed it with Normal Girl, but that's me. I'm biased. But I don't think this was a good closing record. I felt this record should have been like in the beginning of the album, not really the end. But that's just me. What do you think about 20 something?
I'm fully agreeing with you on saying that this song should not have been the last one on the album. Because don't get me wrong, awesome song. But like there are like only a handful of energetic like the I know I can't really use this song, but the James Fauntleroy song. Like I thought that was one of the like higher tempo beats type song on the album.
Mhm.
Or at least something that had like a really like strong beat. Like this one is just like so like slow paced. That's like, you know, it's one of them things you're gonna be like, singing to yourself in like a shower or something. I don't really want to be like one of them kind of things to end the album on. I want to be a little bit something stronger to like leave a memorable note on, like a super powerful voice hitting me, or like a really good feature, or maybe the sound is something unique like the last songs. And I was like, this song is like it's one of like the good ones that like there were other ones that were just the I don't know. The placement of the song is the one thing that really bothered me. The song itself is fine. Let me stop harping on where the song is on the album. The song itself is great. I do agree with you. The message is pretty cool. Like we're both 20 something looking for 20 something-year-old girl saying about 20 somethings. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty dope. I'm pretty sure everything's relatable. Everyone's out here, having their different struggles. But yeah, song's great. I'm gonna put it in the last song, but it did make me realize though that the album in its entirety was good.
Yeah. Okay, so any final thoughts?
Final thoughts? No.
I
Man,
think
I
we
don't know.
covered it, right?
I
Yeah.
covered all the bases. Like, really, I'm just gonna keep going through and kissing ass. So I'm like, yeah, it's probably best when you shut up.
Okay, so definitely I think you guys should check out this album. Like I think even if you're not into R&B, I think you're going to love her and you're going to find something to enjoy about this album. And I guess I'll do the closing remarks since, Mike always bails on me.
Damn right.
So, okay. So, guys, we're on Twitter at Echo U Podcast, and you could tweet at us, let us know what you think of this album. Was you agree with us? We're here for all opinions, good and bad. We take constructive criticism as well. We're also
Say something nice.
yeah, we have an email account at echoundergroundpodcast@gmail.com where you can email us suggestions. And you can also tweet us suggestions as well. And let us know what you think. And you can follow us on our numerous sites. Stitcher, any podcasting app for the iPhone and Android. We everywhere. And SoundCloud and our main website on Podbean. And if you have, like I said, leave comments because we want to know what you guys think. And if you're listening on iTunes, leave some comments, subscribe to us, give us ratings because we want to know what you guys are listening to. And like, what do you want to hear from us? And I have
Yeah,
one.
we
Yeah,
better
go
ears to
for
the
it.
ground, guys. Like, we want to, be in the loop because right now I'm in a position to actually get back in the loop of things and actually stop living under the big ass rock that I live under currently. But like I'm really trying to get back into the loop. So by all means, if not even for Shanique, do it for Mike because Mike needs a reintroduction into the real world.
Yeah, we have a couple of great things coming up. We're gonna do an episode for Detroit. We're gonna actually start doing anime as well for all you anime fans. We got stuff for you. We coming. We
Is that
coming.
is that out yet, by the way? Detroit, or is next week?
It's this weekend.
This weekend. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So we're gonna do those things. Of course, we got more albums coming up. We'll have everything covered. I'm gonna try to hit different genres as well. Even though I think we've been doing a pretty good job at hitting different genres.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We've not hit certain genres, but like we've kept it mixed pretty well though.
Yeah, we're coming with the country. It's coming. It's coming. I think actually in September. So until then, I guess I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
See ya.